And I remember I don't ever want to go back to where I came from. I don't ever want to give up this freedom. I don't want to ever go back to the other side of surrender. This side of surrender is too great and too powerful in my life to go back. Hi everyone, I'm Christy McCammon, and I spend my time sharing my journey, my weight loss story, my struggles and challenges with food addiction, failures, successes, recipes, tools, and everything in between. So if you want to keep up on the upcoming videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing about my emergency action plan. That is my plan when I'm tempted, or when a food calls out to me, or when I see something that I want, or someone's trying to give me food. In those moments of temptation, I have to have a plan to keep my lines bright and my boundaries in check. A couple years ago, I changed my identity to someone who no longer eats sugar and flour. That is not always easy. Sometimes it's downright hard. Sometimes there's temptations that just feel nearly impossible. But I made a commitment to myself that in those temptations, challenges, struggles, that I was going to have an action plan. So when they presented themselves, or when I was tempted, I commit and have promised myself that I'm going to go through 5 or 6 steps before taking that bite of that food that I know is not on my plan. In Bright Line Eating, we call it not my food, NMF. So when I see a food that's not mine and it's calling out to me, or someone saying, oh, just have one bite, I have a plan in place, and I do 6 specific things before I even will go further in thinking about taking that bite. I'll preface this next part by saying that I have not had a perfect journey. I have fallen. I have eaten food that's not mine. I have struggled and failed in many temptations, but I keep getting back up stronger and stronger each time. And I know that you can do the exact same thing. This has allowed me to lose 140 pounds and a whole lot of mental food chatter. And the freedom that I have is not worth giving up for a bite of food. And anyone that has ever struggled with food addiction or food obsession knows that one bite is too many, and 1,000 would never be enough. The first 3 things are kind of a combination, and it's a rhyme I say to myself: stop, pray, walk away. Stop, pray, and walk away. This is the same thing I tell my children when they're faced with a temptation, whether it be watching something they shouldn't, taking a cookie when they shouldn't have one, lying, saying they did something they shouldn't, any number of temptations that they're faced with that are harmful to them. Same thing for me. For me to eat a bite-off plan, for me to eat sugar or flour is harmful, and I need to get out of that situation. So I say stop, pray, walk away. I need to get myself out of that situation, away from the table, away from the food, away from the picnic, away from the party, whatever it is, get out of the situation, and then I continue with the next sets of my action plan. Often just doing those 3 things, stop, pray, and walk away, are enough to get my head back in the game, focus, know what my plan is, and away from that tempting situation. But usually I continue through the next set of steps just to ensure that. The 4th thing I do is just take some deep breaths. Literally get in the bathroom by myself, or my car by myself, or a room, and just take 4 or 5 deep breaths just to kind of calm, relax, and get refocused. The 5th tool is to get support, and that could be done in a number of ways. A quick phone call to a friend who also struggles with food, or who doesn't, just someone who knows your situation. A text, posting in a Facebook group for other people who struggle with food addiction, or in the Bright Line Eating community, or a buddy that you have, just some accountability, and that someone who can encourage you and who knows what's going on. And later in the day, they may say, hey, how did your situation go? So you know that you're accountable to someone. So the 5th thing is just connecting with someone. The next thing that I try to do after I've done all those other things is to help someone, or serve someone, or do something nice for someone, to continue getting out of myself and what I want, and a selfish thought of the temptations I want to have, doing something for someone else. So that might be cleaning up if I'm at a party. It might be doing something for one of my kids, or getting coffee for my husband, or any number of things, or making a phone call to encourage someone else. Just a moment to get into serving someone else is also a great way to get out of that situation. So those are my particular 6 things: stop, pray, walk away, take deep breaths, connect, and serve. I have one more tool that I use, and I'm going to encourage each one of you to find your own tool that works, but I'm going to show you mine. This is called the Belt of Truth. This is my belt of truth. This is a visual that helps me to remember how far I've come. This is the belt that I used to wear, and it used to fit like that around my waist. So when I'm struggling or when I'm tempted or when I'm just having a day, generally at home, I don't always wear this out, but if I'm at home and just having a day that I want to eat and want to go back to old ways, I can put this on, I tighten it, I remind myself of how far I have come and where I used to be. So sometimes my family will see me with this belt as a sash almost. I'll put it on and I feel that and I remember I don't ever want to go back to where I came from. I don't ever want to give up this freedom. I don't want to ever go back to the other side of surrender. This side of surrender is too great and too powerful in my life to go back. So I'm not going to do it. So if I need to wear a belt as a sash or around my waist or what I need to do, I'm going to do it. And I want you to find a visual, something that you can wear, something that you can have for the same effect. That is my plan. Those are the things I do when I'm struggling, when I'm challenged with food or temptations. So I want you to find your plan. Maybe similar things, maybe different things. It doesn't matter, but we need to have a plan so we don't fail. We really need to, because those temptations, those moments are going to come up. They're going to present themselves, and they are hard. So we need to have a plan how to defeat them and how to conquer them. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you resonate with some of my story. If you like the video, click the like button. Go ahead and subscribe as well so you don't miss any upcoming videos. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at LifeUnbinged, and I hope you have a great day.